Hello National 5 historians. So first of all, huge big welcome to National 5 history. I know that we did start a National 5 topic at Christmas time, which is what we've been working on and that we're working to finish, but what we wanted to do was just kind of give you a nice big welcome and a reintroduction to what National 5 history is going to look like before we have a chat about the tasks for this week coming. Obviously, thank you for choosing to take history at National 5. Mr. Keir and I are really looking forward to working with you, and we hope that you will enjoy the topics that we are looking at this year. So just as a wee reminder, there are 3 topics that make up National 5 history. There is a Scottish topic, a British topic and a European and world topic. At the moment we are literally just at the end point of our British topic, which is about the slave trade. So everything that you've done in the slave trade topic you will need for your National 5 exam, but obviously don't worry, we will go back and make sure that we revise over that towards the end, so you definitely do need to keep your notes and things for that. Anything that you're missing from that should be on the team, but if you're not sure, feel free just to give your teacher a shout and they can go over that with you, and if anything doesn't make sense, same point. The Scottish topic is the one that we're going on to next, which is the era of the Great War, so that's World War I, and we'll be looking at how Scottish soldiers and things got involved in the war, what their conditions in the trenches and things like that were like, and other things about the home front in Scotland and what was happening while people were away fighting. Our last topic this year is Hitler and Nazi Germany, so we're thinking about how Hitler and the Nazi Party actually got popular, how they came to power, what life was like when they were in power, so what sort of things did they put in place politically and socially, the sort of discrimination and things that went on, so how people like minority groups and the Jews and things like that were treated, and also how they consolidated power and they kept control of Germany. It's a really good point to make here that we don't talk about the Holocaust, okay, because our topic ends in 1939, but we do talk about some of the events that led up towards that. So your exam for National 5, just to give you a little bit more information about that, and a lot of this you should already know, but obviously we'll go over it again. There is one exam paper. It takes place over about 2 hours and 20 minutes. That's about 140 minutes altogether. There are 3 sections, 14 questions in total for you to answer across the 3 sections, and that gives you what your exam paper is going to look like. There will be a mix of inquiry skills, which we'll talk about again in a couple of minutes, but these are all the things that you've already looked at across first, second year and practiced in third year. There is also an assignment which takes place over an hour. Basically, you pick a topic, either the slave trade or World War I, and you pick a question that you'd like to answer on, you write an essay, you go away, you sort of learn your essay, and you then get an hour to rewrite it with a help sheet to help guide you, kind of similar to things that you would maybe have done with your quotes and things like that in English or in modern languages. And this gets sent away to SQA and gets marked, and it's worth part of your grade. So the questions that you get asked at National 5, there are knowledge and source questions. So our knowledge questions, or our KU questions, are the describe, the explain and the mini essays, and our sources are our comparison, how fully and our evaluate the usefulness questions, and it'll be a mix of these that you get asked at National 5. So basically what you end up with is the exam, which is worth 80 marks, and the assignment, which is worth 20 marks to give you your total for history. If you are doing National 4 history this year, then you will stay in the same class, you do the same topics, and at the end of each topic, when there is a sort of a unit assessment, you will do a National 4 one, and if you pass that, then that counts as 1 unit. There will also be a kind of assignment for you as well, and that will be in the form of another kind of essay or a task that you will do the same time as everyone else at National 5 is doing theirs. The assignment is your other part of your assessment at National 5. It's also known as the added value unit. Basically, you pick a topic and a question that you like from either the slave trade topic or the World War I topic, and you get time to research it in class if we're back at school at that point and at home, and get a little bit of help and support to find information and sources that you could maybe use, and you write it up. It's roughly about 3 or 4 short paragraphs. Kind of like the mini essay, but just a tiny bit bigger than that. Then what you do is you get a little bit of feedback. So your teacher might say to you, you've got 2 paragraphs and they're very good, but you need to have a 3rd paragraph. Or don't forget to include your conclusion. Something like that helps you know what you still have to work on, and then you go and you learn it. You write a plan sheet to help you, which you get to take in with you, and then you get 60 minutes to write a final write-up of it. But that won't happen until much later on this year, so you've got loads of time to think about that, and you'll get loads of time to work on it. Okay, so that's just a kind of little recap about what National 5 topics we're going to be looking at and how the exam's going to look in your assessments and things as well. If anybody's any concerns or questions about that, absolutely 100% feel free to put a message into the team or ask, and Mr. Keir and myself will be happy to answer anything that you are obviously thinking or you're wondering. Don't worry about the assessment things. We've got loads and loads of time to work on the skills and things for that, and it's not going to be till next year, so it's not something that we'll have to be worried about. It's just kind of so you know what we're working towards. So the tasks then that we would like for you to do this week. We want you to spend a little bit of time looking back over the work that you've done on the abolition of the slave trade and put this together in a revision task. So either make a poster. If you're not a poster person, you could do it as a PowerPoint or a leaflet. If you're feeling particularly adventurous, you might decide to make a video, whatever you actually prefer on the abolition of the slave trade. In it, we want you to include some information about why people were against the trade. So what kind of key arguments did they actually use? What things were they saying? Think about the categories that we talked about the arguments falling into. How did they try to persuade people that the slave trade was wrong and that it should end? Think about the role of the abolitionists, and in particular William Wilberforce. So who was he? What did he do? Why is he important? Think about the people that actually supported the slave trade. So what things did the people who were invested in the slave trade actually try to do to stop abolition? What roadblocks did they put up? What arguments or counter-arguments did they make to the abolitionists? Think about the methods that abolitionists used. So what were they? You could even do this as just a wee bullet point list in your poster or your PowerPoint, whatever you're doing. What sort of things did they do to try and encourage the message of abolition to get across to the people of Britain at this point in time? You could even talk about if they were successful or not if you like. We're also thinking about why the slave trade eventually ended. So which abolitionists were the important ones? Which things and arguments actually seemed to work at the end or were the most successful? Why did it ultimately come to an end? Was it the abolitionists or was it just this natural progression? So give your opinion on that and why you maybe think that. Do you think that a certain abolitionist was more important or less important than the other? So you could talk about that there as well. You should then look over your skills work. So just think about what are your 6 skills that you have looked at. So remember, you have your describe, explain and mini essay skills. You're not going to need your mini essay skill just now, but your describe and explain from your KU. And your how fully comparison and evaluate the usefulness from your source skills. So have a think about that. If you're not sure about any of these skills, again, pop a message in the team and just say you're not sure about it and could we go over it again? That'd be absolutely fine. We will go over each one again as the year goes on so that you can really polish these skills off and things like that. But at the moment, if there's anything you're not sure about, just give us a shout. So these tasks you should start for the week, and the assignment then that you're going to complete once you've done your revision is to look at the checkup assignments which will be in the assignment tab. There'll be 2 of these with some questions about abolition. So you should aim to complete all of this work and upload your answers by Friday the 8th of May, but definitely by the 10th, which is Sunday at the very latest. Okay, so it must be uploaded there. You can either do it on paper, so write out your answers in and take a photo and upload. You might decide to download the task from the Word document and open it in a Word document and do it there and then attach that. You can complete it in the assignment tab itself, so when you actually open the document in the assignment tab, you can stay in that window and edit. So you maybe want to change your answers to a different coloured font or something like that if you're doing it on the computer or you're working on that, and you can complete it there and then just click submit and it should save whatever you are doing. If you're using the notebook in the team, you might want to do it in there. That's absolutely fine. What we'd prefer you to try and do is to upload to the assignment tab in the first instance. So if possible, try and put it into the assignment tab so that we can see it there. And if you can't, let someone know and they'll let you know, Mr. Keir or I'll let you know what would be an alternative. So you can either post it to the channel or you can email it to us. If you're struggling to get access to the assignments, definitely 100% let both Mr. Keir and I know. All of the information that you should need to make your poster and things are available in the files tabs, but you can also then use the other videos that are on the YouTube channel in the S3 history slave trades area. Any questions that you've got, let Mr. Keir and I know, and good luck with your assignment for the week.